Good morning. I am going to show y'all how I curl my hair today because I get this question all the time, and you would be surprised to know how many people do not know how to curl their hair properly with a normal curling iron. So I use a 1¼ inch barrel. This is Hot Tools, and it has the clamp. So I prefer that because you can use it either way. You can use it like a wand or a normal curling iron. So this is my curls from yesterday. All I did was brush my hair this morning. So this is not gonna affect the style at all. So if you have freshly washed hair, it will work just as good. So this is my favorite hairspray, Kenra number 13. So this is my go-to every day in the salon and at home. I'm gonna be using that and this volume texture spray today by Amika. So I start by sectioning it down the middle, like pigtails. Pull it to the front. And then I always start with my front pieces. And I actually do this in the salon too. I like to curl as I go. So I like to curl a little bit on this side, a little bit on this side, a little bit on this side. That way everything cools evenly. So you don't have one side tighter and one side looser. So this is how I start. My heat setting right now is on 380. At home, I do tend to keep it closer to 350. So when I always tell people, leave the last inch out, hold it for a second. Now, of course, depending on the heat setting and the curling iron you have specifically, it will determine how long you have to hold it on your hair. The one I have here, I do not have to hold it on very long at all. So again, leave the last inch or two out. So a common mistake a lot of people make when curling their hair is they try to hold the barrel of the curling iron like this, when really you want to hold it always pointing up on both sides. So if you can remember that, that'll help, get rid of those lines that a lot of people get. So when I clamp it, I'm always moving. So I go down a little bit, roll it up. Use the clamp, go down a little bit and roll it up. Leave the last inch or two out and let go. So again, I'm gonna do a little bit on this left side. Also, every curl is away from my face. So everything is going backwards. That's just how I prefer it. Again, see how straight these ends are compared to the top? That just helps give you that effortless look, which is also nice when you're in a hurry because you really don't have to put a lot of effort into this. Yesterday, I think I curled my hair in maybe 5 minutes and it was completely straight. It had no curl in it at all before that. So again, everything away from your face. Leave the last inch or two out. Drop it. Now, one of the most important things that I've learned over the years is to get that loose, kind of messy curl. You do not want to curl it loosely. You want to curl it more like ringlet curls. Let it sit. Do not touch it. I actually, at home, I will curl it, walk away, go do something else, and then come back and rub my hands through it after it's completely cooled. Because you have to think of it kind of like a roller set. And so with a roller set, the woman is sitting under the dryer with the rollers in her hair and it's hot. And then when you're done, they actually sit there for a minute and let them cool off. And that helps set your hair into that pattern. So if your curls are falling out a lot quicker than you think they should be, that could be part of your problem if you're not letting it cool enough. And again, I also get a lot of questions about the back. So literally, all I do is this back here is the back of my hair. Now, if you have short hair, it's like shorter hair than mine. It's a little bit more difficult, but I literally just pull it in front of me. And then when I'm done with everything, I will take a mirror and I'll check the back of my hair just to make sure there's no major pieces that I missed. But if you part it down the middle and you pull it in front of you like this, you really can't mess up. And again, you see how I did probably about 4 or 5 pieces on the left side And then I went and did 4 or 5 pieces on the right side, and now I'm back to the left. Now, I did not section my hair today. I left it all down just because I really am not doing anything special. So I'm not trying to make it perfect. This is just more of an everyday look. If you are wanting it to hold a little bit better and maybe get more your perfect curls and everything even, I would recommend sectioning the top half of your hair up in a clip and then curling all of that underneath and then letting it down and then curling the top, and again letting it all sit until it's cool. Now sometimes for a special event, if I'm wanting it to last a little bit longer, I will spray it with hairspray before this, and then I will brush through that hairspray. And today I have not put any hairspray in my hair since I've washed it. So because of, again, this is a everyday look. I'm not wanting this to last forever. I just kind of want it to look like I did something with my hair today. All right, see, look, when you pull it all apart, all this here is curled. All these pieces are curled. Now the back ones might be a little bit looser, but they're still curled. So then we're gonna go in and finish this side. Again, pointing my curling iron up toward the ceiling. And like I said, until that very last piece that you get to, you really are moving the curling iron almost the entire time, opening and closing that clamp, which will help, like I said before, get rid of the little clamp marks that a lot of people will complain about. Also, if you're new to doing this, sectioning it like I talked about does help so much with not getting lost in your hair, because sometimes you can get a little lost, even like I'm doing right now, where you have a lot of these extra pieces here that are trying to get in with the curl that you're doing, when really that should be a totally different section. So again, sectioning that top half doesn't really make it take you any longer, I would say, and it does help you be a little bit more organized. All right, I think I've got one more piece here. All right, we're done. So then I'm gonna let this cool. And let me show you one more thing. So up here, I do tend to get this section here tends to be a little bit frizzy for me. I feel like it's probably from sleeping on it. So what I will do in this section, if you have this issue, because this is straight, so if it is frizzy, it's very noticeable, I'll take a few small pieces that I've already curled and curl it up closer to the root here. And this will just help at least smooth out some of those pieces to give you a little bit more of a finished look. See that? So that it's not completely straight all the way down. And then I'll just repeat that on this side. Just curl one little piece up higher here. And then for the back, I will come back and show you the back once it's cooled off. But for the back, what I do is, if I already know, like I do, my part goes here and it actually kind of goes all the way back to here. So that, no one wants that. So what I will do is I will take my hands, take a little piece back here also, same thing I just did in the front, that you see how straight that is until about right there. So this piece, I will do the same exact thing. Curl it closer to the root, so that can kind of hide any imperfections in the top back of your hair that you don't like. And then I do the same thing on this side. So basically, I take about 4 pieces from the top up here and recurl them closer to the root. Like I said, that'll help with any bumps if you had your hair up in a ponytail or a bun, any of that kind of stuff. This will kind of help disguise that. All right, I'm gonna let it cool and I will be back.